Underwood is on the other side of the table now as a judge on American Idol, and although she knows the show well, she was unfamiliar with some aspects of the role. During a March 5 interview with Good Morning America, Underwood, Bryan, and Lionel Richie discussed Season 23 of American Idol. Bryan shared how Underwood learned one valuable tip when hopefuls are auditioning. Early in the tapings, Carrie didn't know that you could start telling the contestants what to sing, he said. The singer continued, "I was like, sing Happy Birthday, sing this," and Carrie's like, "We can do that." So the fun part about that is when you really see something magical in a kid and the other two judges may not, but you can really take ownership of this one particular contestant. He noted, "Lionel and I have done that in years past, so it's really fun when you can feel a connection with a kid and start really kind of cheering them on and doing things in your mind that you think will help them navigate the thing." Bryan added, "So it's been fun watching her learn stuff like that, and we're just having a blast with the talent. It's really awesome this year." It's been 20 years since Underwood was crowned an American Idol winner. "It doesn't feel like it, but it's really cool to be on the other side of things," she explained. "And hopefully we can all impart some knowledge and help some people make their dreams come true. And to get to play music and sing is wonderful. And we get to help somebody or many other people, hopefully, achieve that. It's really amazing." Carrie Underwood, one of the most memorable winners of American Idol, is still learning new skills after all these years. It is hard to imagine that she is constantly learning new tricks. Carrie has become a household name, and she has set the standard for every candidate who comes after her. Her first audition was in 2005, and she has since made multiple platinum records throughout her career. Nevertheless, it turns out that even Carrie is continually evolving, despite the fact that she has had a tremendous amount of success and has decades of expertise in the industry. American Idol has a way of surprise even its most experienced judges. In a recent episode of American Idol that had viewers buzzing, Carrie Underwood was taken aback by a behind-the-scenes trick that fellow judge Luke Bryan had been employing for years. Luke Bryan had been utilizing this method for years. In his role as a judge on the show, Luke Bryan, who is one of the most recent recruits, has brought with him an energy that is contagious and a charm that is grounded in reality. However, what is truly astonishing is the fact that his fun attitude to the event has rubbed off on his colleagues' judges, including the famous Carrie Underwood, who, it appears, had no idea what Luke had been doing the entire time. During a break in the filming, Luke casually demonstrated a trick to Carrie, which was the beginning of everything. Carrie Richie, Luke Richie, and Lionel Richie were all speaking during a small halt in the day's shooting when the conversation started. It was a topic that seemed to have benign beginnings. Carrie, however, was rendered speechless by the time the conversation came to a close, and she described herself as being in awe of what Luke had taught her. A joke between friends that turns out to be a game changer. As is the case with the majority of American Idol seasons, the audition days are loaded with a wide range of feelings, ranging from hopeful contestants singing their hearts out to the judges' candid criticisms and comments. During the course of this talent-filled roller coaster, Luke Bryan has established a reputation for his contagious sense of humor and his easygoing persona. Luke is not hesitant to crack a joke or lighten the mood with fun banter, which is something that has added a fresh spirit to the show. Although some of the other judges are more restrained, Luke is not afraid to do either of these things. On the other hand, it turns out that Luke's cheery disposition isn't just about making jokes. Rather, it's also about employing subtle methods to enrich the experience of judging. During a particularly chaotic day of auditions, Luke quietly stated to Carrie that he frequently had a hidden tool up his sleeve to evaluate the reactions of contestants before they ever sung a note. This was done in order to determine whether or not they would be performing. "You know," Luke added with a sly grin, "sometimes we can make the room feel a lot more exciting by letting them know that we're in on a little secret." Luke was referring to the fact that he was in on a small secret. Carrie, whose professional approach to judging is as refined as her job as a musician, inclined her head because she was curious about the situation. With a genuine interest in the topic, she inquired, "What do you mean?" She had always taken great satisfaction in the fact that she was thorough in her criticisms, but there was something in Luke's tone that gave the impression that there was a little bit more magic being performed behind the scenes than she was aware of. "It's all about setting the mood," Luke muttered as he leaned in closer to the speaker. "Take a look at this." With that, he began to lightly snap his fingers and subtly stamp his foot while humming a melody. He did this as he was moving his feet. It was something that Carrie would characterize as lighthearted but effective, and it was something that she didn't anticipate could have such a significant effect on the energy that was there in the surrounding area. Luke gave Carrie and Lionel a fleeting smile as the next contender walked in and began to introduce themselves. Carrie and Lionel were delighted to see Luke smile. Without skipping a beat, Luke shifted his attention to the contender and offered a remark that was unassuming but yet effective. "That's it. You have no shortage of energy. Even now, we are able to sense that." Carrie's mouth was gaping open as she glanced at him. "Wait," she announced in a tone of amazement. "We can do that." When Luke chuckled, his southern drawl added an additional layer of warmth to the situation. It is true that it is all about reading the room and establishing the atmosphere. There are times when it is not so much about the songs that they sing as it is about the way that they bring their energy into the room. In the event that they own a spark, all you need to do is recognize how to ignite it. Having this insight came as a surprise to Carrie, yet it also served to humble her. As someone who had worked her way up from being a lowly competitor to becoming one of the most popular country artists of all time, she believed that she was well versed in every single piece of information that was available to her. On the other hand, Luke's casual and almost intuitive approach demonstrated to her that the world of American Idol judging contained a number of levels that she had not yet properly investigated. An unexpected educative experience. The influence of energy and vibes. Since the beginning of the competition, Carrie had a singular concentration on the vocal abilities of each and every contender, attentively listening to their performances before providing critique. In spite of the fact that this had been of great use to her for many years, she had never given any thought to the power of establishing an atmosphere for the entire room before the candidate even started singing. It was a subtle trick, but it had the potential to make a significant change in the world. An innate awareness of how to make people feel comfortable, confident, and at ease was something that Luke Bryan possessed as a result of his years of experience as a country music superstar and his undeniable aptitude for connecting with people. However, Carrie came to the realization that this was only half the battle when it came to judging on a show such as American Idol. The candidates were already anxious and unsure of what to anticipate, but Luke's method helped them feel more at ease and prepared to demonstrate their abilities. Following the conclusion of that discussion, Carrie immediately began paying closer attention to the manner in which Luke engaged with the contestants before to their performances. It was Luke's ability to make participants feel as though they were in a safe zone that seemed to set the tone for what was to come, whether it was a pleasant joke, a sincere comment, or even a spontaneous cheer. In addition, the outcomes were a clear indication. When Carrie says, "It's not just about the song," she does it with a chuckle. In addition to that, it is about how we are making people feel. In the event that they enter the room with an attitude of "I am capable of doing this," everything will be different. In addition, I had no idea how significant it may be until Luke demonstrated to me how it is done. The emerging dynamic, the newfound awareness that Carrie and Luke had of each other's methods to judging began to shape the dynamic that existed between the judges from that point on. While Luke's contagious energy could always be counted on to elevate the spirits of the room, Carrie's ability to provide insightful comments brought a level of depth to their conversations. Luke's energy was contagious, and Carrie's critiques added a level of depth. By working together, they were able to complement and balance each other's abilities in a way that resulted in television that was both engaging and heartwarming. However, the purpose of the trick was not limited to merely providing the contestants with encouragement. Rather, it evolved into a type of hidden friendship between the judges. It didn't take long for Lionel Richie, who is typically the most level-headed and grounded of the three, to join in on the fun just as quickly. In a short amount of time, the judges found themselves laughing, making fun of one another, and encouraging one another, so establishing an environment of genuine support that extended to the contestants as well as the audience. Fans observed the shift in the show's overall intensity as the season went, which they found to be rather noticeable. During the auditions, there was a sense of freedom, spontaneity, and, in many instances, a greatly increased sense of optimism. During the course of their judging process, the trick that Luke had taught Carrie became a standard, and viewers couldn't get enough of the humorous moments that resulted from it. The lessons learned by Carrie: development and unexpected events. Carrie Underwood is thankful for the unexpected things she has learned while working beside Luke. She is glad for the time she has spent working alongside Luke. My approach to my work has always been one of seriousness. I have put in a lot of effort to get to this point, she explains. On the other hand, there are moments when you forget that it is acceptable to amuse yourself and to not always take yourself too seriously. And Luke, in his own unique way, brought that to my attention. For Carrie, the event has served as a timely reminder that advancement is attainable at any point in one's professional life. Even though she is one of the most popular and well-respected performers in country music, she has realized that the key to maintaining a sense of freshness and connection to the people you are working with is to be open to new ideas, new tactics, and new methods. Therefore, the next time you see Carrie Underwood and Luke Bryan laughing together or engaging in playful banter on American Idol, you should know that it is more than just a little bit of fun. It is a potent instrument that amplifies the magic of the play, which is a trick that Carrie found to be a nice surprise. And you never know. Perhaps one day she will be the one to teach it to someone else.